It's been a very transitional season. We've lost a very good number of players, especially in the goal department. But it's been an up and down season. In the cups, we're doing really well. In the league, the inconsistency is being very poor, to be honest. We're falling into a category at the minute where we were fighting for top six, which I haven't probably done so in my career so far. So it's been quite a challenge and quite a difficult challenge at that. But again, in the cups, we've had a good run. We've had some good performances, and we've a final and a quarter-final to look forward to.
And last year, just taking a step back, ending it in the most unbelievable high. What was it like on that day, and just sort of the summer after that? What an experience it must have been for you and your teammates.
It was, and I had experiences of winning the Irish Cup before with Crusaders, but there was nothing like that day at Windsor there with us. And the way it was, I'd said leading up to it, I didn't care who played well, who scored, who got the winner, or man of the match, whatever it was. But it'd be great if me and Ronan had a big say in it. Childhood fans of the club, it brought up around here, everyone knows us. It would have been great if we had something to say in the final, and there was no better way with Ronan getting both of the goals, or 2 out of the 3 goals, and then that iconic moment in the last kick of the game would live in the long memories. I'm seeing people with tattoos and all of it, and it's just something that will live long in loads and loads of people's memories.
And this year again in the cups, you're still in the Irish Cup, you're still in the Bet McLean Cup, but talking about the Bet McLean Cup, the run to get to the final, away win in the early rounds to Limavady and Bangor. Just what were those 2 games like to look back on when you think about them?
Again, and we would joke about with the boys in the team. You have to go to them games and win them to get to the final. We had 3 tricky away ties of away to Limavady on a Tuesday night, really difficult place to go. We had a really professional performance down there. You've seen what they can do in the championship this year, and also knocking Larne out of the Irish Cup. We had a tricky away game at Bangor, who were flying in the championship. It took us to, I think, 92nd, 93rd minute to get a winner there. Really tough game. And then away to Armagh, on terrible conditions on a Wednesday night. We got the win there, and then that probably the highlight of the season so far has been Ojo's goal in the last kick of the game away to Larne. Amazing scenes, and that was probably the first little taste of the new boys here of what it's like to be at Cliftonville, them scenes in the away stand, and what it meant to everybody to get in our cup finals. Brilliant.
And the early rounds in the cup, Brian Corrigan scoring the winner at Bangor, and then Corin Madden setting up one of the goals at Armagh. What's it like having these academy boys coming through in the real depth and strength that the Cliftonville sort of academy has at this club? It's
great, and it's always been like that. And long may it continue. Ryan's come in really well from the start of pre-season. Corn's come in and done really well. I've known Corn for the last few years. And it's, they're not up there just to make a number. Jim's playing them. He's playing them ahead of first teamers, so they're obviously doing something right. But equally, you have to treat them as first team players now. You can't just think, right, he's a kid, you have to give him a Bible about this and a Bible about that. They take the information on board. They don't take anything downhearted and get in the huff about it. They get on with it. They're taking the information on board from the senior players, and they've been doing really well since they've come up, so long may it continue.
On the way to Larne in the semi-final, really tough game, and you played them in the league the game before that as well. What was that actually like, and to get that winner right at the death? It must have been a great feeling for you.
It's really tricky. It happened last season as well. Remember, we played Larne in the Irish Cup semi-final, and then played them a couple of days later in the league. And it's really tricky to guess what formation teams are going to play, how they're going to react if you lose the first game, how to react for the second game. And I think we were hard done by on the Friday night. We'd scored a goal and it was given offside, and then we'd end up losing 2-0. Larne came out comfortable winners, but I think it adds that bit of pressure on it. Right, you must win the next game now, and I think we started really well. The red card obviously changed the game, but it was a red card, and Larne nearly nicked it at the end with a big bulger, but we'd stuck in there, we hung in there. We had a lot of kids on in the second half. Corn was on, Ojo, Ryan Corrigan, and again, we were just waiting on that one chance. We're thinking, is it going to be at Nate? Is it going to penalties? And then we'll pop up with a wee winner in the last minute, and the rest is history.
And after the winner, the away end, there was madness. Like, there were scenes, players were over the supporters. Is it extra special for you because you are sort of a fan of the club and you've been around, maybe in the stands previously?
Yeah, it is, and it's probably that extra pressure that I put on myself every game. You know, my family are supporters, my best friends are supporters, are watching me, and you know, as captain of the club as well, it's a huge responsibility to come out and perform every single week. I probably haven't done as good as I have been over the last probably 5 months. It took me a while to get back to my heights from last season, but I think I'm starting to hit the ground running again now, coming up to the final part of the season here. So yeah, it's quite difficult as well, knowing that you've lost, you know, key players who you had good connections with. You know, Ben Wilson, Ronan Hale, Sam. You know, we lost Stephen Mallon as well. We lost some good quality, which I had good relationships with. But it's now just about finding new relationships with the new players. You know, types of movements, types of runs. It can allow me to get back to my best as well.
And looking ahead to the Bet McLean Cup final, it looks like it's going to be a sold-out game live on Sky Sports. These are bound to be the occasions you sort of look forward to as a player.
Oh, I say it every single year as well. You know, the dates for the cup finals are the ones you look out for. They're the big days, and I think after playing in that cup final at the Irish Cup final there in May, I couldn't picture playing in another cup final without that crowd. You know, absolutely sold out, amazing atmosphere, and that's what you're there for as a player. You want to be playing in the cup finals. You want to be winning medals every single season and playing in big attendances, big stadiums, live on Sky Sports. If they're not the games you don't want to be playing in, go and sit in the house, but I'll definitely want to be playing in them.
And you've got a bit of history in the Bet McLean Cup as well. You won it with Cliftonville before, and I think that was a record-breaking crowd that day, an unbelievable game. Any particular standout memories from the game against Coleraine a few years ago? Yeah,
I'd actually mixed emotions because I'd lost the final against Coleraine at Crusaders. I think the season previous to that, Coleraine had beat us 2-1, and then we played at Coleraine a year later for Cliftonville. And no, I think that goal from Joe Gormley to get us back into the game at 2-1 really spurred us on, and you just felt all the momentum swinging in that game. Paul O'Neill with the last minute equaliser to bring us the extra time, and then the goals in extra time really set us up to go on and win it. And it was, again, like I say, record breaking attendance, amazing crowd from both Cliftonville and Coleraine.
And this year you're going to be leading the team out with the armband, all being well. What's it like having the armband, that extra responsibility now? Chris Kern isn't here and you've taken that on more so this season? Yeah,
it's been quite difficult, to be honest. I've enjoyed it. I was a stand-in captain last year, but you know, Chrissy Kern, the original skip, he had all the pressure. You know, he was the original captain, so it was just me sticking an armband on, and he had done all the dirty work behind the scenes. You know, he had the boys pumped up, he had the team talks and motivation talks. So, you know, for someone that wasn't playing, he was brilliant around the dressing room. It's been quite difficult now to lead that part into my game as well this season, not only focusing about myself. It's now right, I have to look after the whole squad here and get them as pumped up, but I've enjoyed it. It's a new challenge for me. I think I'm doing okay at the minute with it, but I think it'll be even better if I can get my hands on this trophy.
And working with Jim and Skin for the second year, Jim's got a great history in the game. What's it like to actually work under Jim Gilton? What's that experience been like for you?
It's been great. I think the backroom team that even Jim's brought in with Skin and Ricky, and I have to give huge credit to Ricky McCann. I think he's the best in the business in that department, and I don't think I'd be playing anywhere near the levels that I've been playing at if it wasn't for Ricky over the last probably 18 months that he's been here. You know, they used to call me the 60-minute man because I couldn't get past 60 minutes, but you know, from the first day Ricky came in, he said to me, listen, that's not happening. We're going to be getting you in the machine here and playing 90 minutes, which he has, and I thank him for it. But working under Jim and Skin, even as a coach, growing into, you know, maybe getting into international setups and my own business, I've learnt a lot, and it's been absolutely brilliant.
And finally then, we're sitting in the Cliftonville boardroom now with silverware behind us and stuff. What would it be like to get your hands on the Betty Cup and bring it back to Solitude?
It'd be great. It's about keeping this win run going. I'd say it after we'd won the Irish Cup as well. You don't want to be just winning one Irish Cup or one cup and thinking, right, that's it, you've made a career. No, not a chance. I want as many medals as possible. I want as many trophies as possible. And a season where it's been very, very average, it'd be great to get a hands on that trophy. And again, I didn't get to lift the Irish Cup last year, but it would be absolutely amazing feeling getting up to lift that League Cup final, League Cup trophy.